We've got an action-packed video of Carniya, of Brinity, of Casey, and Titi, and other Season 8 Islanders. Y'all don't want to miss this. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Love Island USA Season 8 postseason because we've got a lot of alleged tea to get into that I'm going to try to do as fast as possible in a summary for y'all in this video. So, Sean has done an interview with People and basically said that he's there to meet everyone if he's invited to the reunion. He's trying to be all about good vibes and positivity and all the things. We've got Jen and Caleb and Rob that are on a brand trip with PacSun in Tokyo. Let me say that again. Rob from season 5 and season 6. And the Tricksters, Jen and Caleb from season 7, they are on a brand trip in Tokyo with PacSun. And see, this is what I was trying to explain to y'all. Caleb and Jen played the game. They are not finalists, but they played the game in their media rounds, especially Jen. I love everybody. I'm here for everybody. Da-da-da-da-da. Guess what? Jen is booked and busy. Jen is booked and busy. I may have not found love, but I'm going to find these checks. You know what I'm saying? Where are we going next? Where are we going next? And speaking of, that is why we got to transfer over to the soul of it all. I don't know if you guys remember that friend of hers that had the audacity to come out on the internet. You know what I'm saying? She thought she was defending Soul during the season. You know what I'm saying? When Soul was alleging that she was being bullied on the show and all this and all that. And the alleged best friend that it has since come out, they haven't actually been best friends since high school, apparently. She was doing all these live streams, right? And the tea that she was alleging was that Soul has always been rejected, whether it was in modeling or whatever the things. And I don't know about y'all, but that's no friend of mine. If you're coming on the internet saying, oh yeah, you were nothing but a reject. No. You've completely lost your mind. So I guess what happened, this friend was the one that picked up Soul from the airport or whatever the case may be. I don't know. But at some point, Soul got wind of this alleged friend's comments on the internet about her and decided to cut her off. Now, here's the thing, right? I don't blame Soul for cutting this friend off. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't feel like that friend was really defending Soul. But the friend has come back on the internet. She's crying. She's upset because she thought the Soul was going to defend her against these Love Island fans. You know, the Love Island fans that go in. That completely, you know what I'm saying, blow up your spot, will be all up in your comments, making threats in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? Those fans making memes of you. You know what I'm saying? Those fans that will go hardcore in the paint. She is upset, said Soul has cut her off and all this and all that, but what did you expect? What did you expect? There are rumors that I was seeing on threads that Soul's not going to be at the reunion. I don't know if that's true or not. That is completely different from the energy that her and Gabe gave after she was eliminated from the show, after she was dumped from the villa, and they did that live stream from the Fiji airport, and she was like, oh, I got so much smoke at the reunion, and it's going to be, you know, HLL for those girls. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot to say. And my thing is this. Soul, you could be doing what Jen is doing right now. You could be in Tokyo right now. You know what I'm saying? I did see that Soul is signed to an agency, but here is the thing, right? You have to be brand safe, right? You have to be safe for the brand and for the company you are representing. And I feel like a huge mistake that Beatrice, Soul, and Amora are making is continuing to be on the internet and throwing all this shade and throwing all this shots at the women, right? Particularly with Melanie. And my thing is this. Y'all entertained Sincere's foolishness, not Beatrice. You entertained Sincere's foolishness, right? Y'all claim that y'all watched the show and y'all were not going to get played by no Sincere, only for y'all to be caught up by Sincere, right? Sincere sent both of y'all home. Sincere is the reason why both of y'all are dumped from the villa. But y'all came out of the show. Soul's like, I forgive Sincere. Amora's like, not too much on Sincere. She keeps refollowing Sincere, and Sincere is basically saying, listen, look at here. She was just here for a good time, not a long time. My heart was always with Melanie. No. But y'all got all this venom for the girls, for the core four, specifically with Melanie. Oh, I want her to stand up. I want her to do better. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Y'all are just mad because y'all were not the chosen ones. Y'all couldn't really pull Sincere away from Melanie like that. You and Amora and Sincere, you were a couple because of Casa Amor. Sincere and Soul, you were a couple because of America. But when it came down to Sincere make a choice for real of who he wanted an actual couple with, he still chose Melanie. Now, that's not really saying much because he keeps lying just to lie. But I see that you guys keep finding Sincere at the mall and whacking him in person and continuing to question him if him and Melanie are still a thing. I think they are keeping things low-key. I think they're keeping things on the low. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, there is a lot of negativity that is surrounding what the people saw regarding their relationship. And I think right now, if what Sincere said in that Complex interview is true, that he is trying to repair things with Melanie's family. He's trying to delete all those girls that is in his following and all the things and really do right by Melanie. We will ultimately see. Ever since the villa, you know, Melanie's been back home. She's in LA, and Sincere's been back home. So we have not been seeing them together, right? So they could be managing a long distance relationship. I don't know. But we'll ultimately have to see, right? So then Zack Attack, you guys. Zack Attack is home. He is back home overseas with his family and all the things. And he decided to do a video where he finally thanks Trinity for her statement. But here's my issue. It took you 11 days to respond to Trinity's statement. But the thing of it is, you know that Trinity doesn't know that we know what you said about her and what you said about Anaya. You know what I'm saying? Behind their backs. And all the sabotage that you were doing specifically against the black women, Zack Attack, and the black couples, Zack Attack. Why would you wait so long to respond? And that's why I don't understand why people are in the comments like, I don't understand why people are doing, with Zack. Because he's messy. He was messy and he was gaming too hard. 1. 2, he was playing in Kata's face. Kata is trying to keep up appearances. You know what I'm saying? She's back home in New Hampshire. Her dad is there. You remember the dad has a question for Zack Attack? Y'all remember the dad, her Haitian father, has a question for Zack Attack. So ultimately, I believe one of y'all said in the comments that no meeting is happening anytime soon, right? No meeting is happening anytime soon, right? So that's on that with that. So now we got to switch gears, you guys. Corbin, Gabe, and Parmita have been spending a lot of time together because they are all in Miami. So that is kind of the Miami crew. But we got to make a transition now. We got to make a transition over because we have an update on Black Love. So today, Casey and Titi have come out of hiding. I don't know why y'all think I hate this man. I don't hate anybody. I don't know anybody to like or dislike any of these islanders. I can have an opinion of agreeing or disagreeing with their actions, you guys. And yes, I can be passionate. I gotta entertain y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta give credit where credit is due. This photo shoot to me is giving Queen and Slim. You know what I'm saying? It is giving the Netflix show Forever. You know what I'm saying? It is giving Classic LA with this photo shoot. I think it looks nice. The only critique really I have is I wish there was some more on the front shot of photos of KC with the glasses on. Because I think he looks better with glasses on. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, no notes. And they said on the caption, still we rise, right? And I believe it has almost 1 million likes. It has tons of comments. They have tons of support from black celebrities and streamers and all the things. A lot of the cast is in the comments. I saw Zack Attack in the comments and Trinity in the comments. However, I did see some hate. Even though the comments were limited, because y'all are still bringing up Anaya. And this is my plea to the KC fans, to the KC defenders. You can support KC and Titi without bringing up Anaya. Just like Anaya and Carniya fans can be supportive of them and not have to discuss KC. I don't know how many times we gotta say that from our perspective, from all intents and purposes until that After Sun interview, it appeared that everybody was on good terms, right? And stop begging for Anaya to leave a comment. Why would she do that? You know what I'm saying? Especially when Casey came out the villa calling her, draining, and that their connection wasn't organic, and that she was fragile. Why would she leave a comment? Like, I need y'all to be for real. Just like Melanie still allegedly not following back Kenzie. Just like, Soul keeps coming for the core four. Why would they acknowledge her in their photo dumps? Be happy for them. They look very nice. It's a very nice photo shoot. They did their big one, right? Hopefully, their press run or whatever they choose to do, just don't even mention Anaya. How about that? Don't even mention Anaya in the press run and all of this and all of that. And you know what I'm saying? Completely rebrand. Completely rebrand. Don't go on any red pill podcast to incite hate against another black woman, because you can't be talking about Still We Rise, even though Anaya said that in the recoupling speeches. But y'all can't be saying that. And the actual reason behind the Still We Rise, it is not your tattoo. It is what Maya Angelou had to say about black women and how they were being treated. So it is hypocritical to go on any of these podcasts and interviews and continue to SHIT on a black woman. Don't do it. Do not do it, you guys. Or y'all are going to get the ACE treatment. Beautiful photo shoot. But here's an opportunity to utilize the love to your advantage and make your press run about your connection as a couple and what y'all future plans are, and rebrand so you can have brands interested in you. So that's all I got. Now we got to get to our top two couples. Which is Brinity and Carniya, right? So Brinity, as you guys know, I did a video the other day where there was an ex of Trinity's that put out a really disgusting video of him and Trinity that was just completely inappropriate, trying to crap on, Trinity's parade, trying to cause negativity in what her and Bryce got going on, and then released text messages, basically said, listen, look at here, I'm going to be on this show. I'm going to be on a dating show. If something happens, great. If something doesn't happen, you know what I'm saying? You'll be back on the team. You'll be back in my starting lineup, and I'll just go back to the VA, and we could continue what we were doing. But if I do find somebody, you know what I'm saying? SHIT is going to change, right? We're not going to be how we were before. And that's perfectly fine. People thought that they had a smoking gun, that Trinity was secretly still talking to this dude even after winning the show, or potentially trying to imply that she was just on the show to scam with Bryce, or all of these things, right? But here is what's crazy. If y'all actually like certain Islanders and it does come out that they actually were scamming, guess what? Y'all don't got smoke for them. And this has happened on previous seasons where they came out and was like, oh yeah, we scammed. We you know what I'm saying? We made a decision that it was more strategic for us to be together to get that dub. And you know what I'm saying? And maybe the show wasn't, as popular back then as it is now. But there are winners that have come out and said that hey, we were just together because we were hoping to get some brand deals, we were hoping to get some opportunities, and when those opportunities dried up, you know what I'm saying? We only lasted 3 months, we only lasted 6 months, we only could really do this for like a year, and then I was out. And then some didn't even start because they didn't want to keep up the scam after winning. But for all intents and purposes, it looks like Brinity is happy. I liked what they did to control the narrative. They released a photo of them, what appeared to be kissing. They also, it looks like a brand had sent a whole bunch of clothes to Trinity because, as you guys know, it is going on a couple of weeks since the finale. She's not been home at the VA. You know what I'm saying? She has not been home in Virginia at all to get some of her belongings. So brands are sending her all types of free stuff, and she's modeling it, right? So what has happened as well is Bryce, Trinity, and Melanie were spotted last night. I believe it was at Catch LA. And from what I understand, I don't live in Los Angeles, but that is a paparazzi feast. That is a paparazzi hotspot, you know what I'm saying, for, celebrities and things like that to catch them when they're entering or exiting the restaurant and all the things. And there's discourse online on whether or not Brinity called the Paps or not. But I think the message is, listen, look at here. We are a united front. We won the show. We're going to knock out this press run. We're going to sign with big agencies. We're going to get some big time brand deals and some big time campaigns and sponsorships. We're going to ride this out for however long it's going to be for. We are locked in. Y'all are not about to break this up. Y'all are not about to sabotage us. So any other ex that wants to come forward or any other hating, you know what I'm saying, wants to come forward, you're not going to stop our motion. You're not going to stop anything. And this is where I need y'all stands to just focus in on y'all faves and stop trying to sabotage these other couples. Stop trying to rain on other people's parade because there is a demand specifically for the core four and their couples. Y'all not about to stop nothing. Also, speaking of not stopping nothing, Trinity has also signed with one of the top 3 agencies, you guys. So the top 3 agencies are CAA, UTA, and WME, right? And Trinity announced today that she's going to be signed with WME, and I believe that they also own IMG Models. So IMG Models was also in the comments. So there's going to be big things for Trinity. And for those of you that are like, oh, Love Island's trying to stop their back. No. It is a standard 1-year non-compete, meaning Trinity cannot go on TV shows that are on another network. It doesn't mean that it's going to be stopping any motion for any modeling opportunities, any brand deals, anything that Trinity wants to do. So I just want to make that clear because I feel like some people are still, having some confusion, right? Then, speaking of, the last piece on Brinity before we get to Carniya is that they have a People Magazine article coming out tomorrow. People Magazine interview coming out tomorrow. So I guess this is what Love Island is trying to say. This is what Peacock is trying to say, that they are taking a different approach with their finalists this year. I believe Beatrice, what was on, not the Today Show, but the other morning show that used to be hosted by Hoda, that show, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm not going to hold you. I don't know what Beatrice said because I was very disturbed by the Shamar braided wig that she had on. So for those reasons, I couldn't even take seriously anything that she had to say because I have no idea whose idea that was to put that on her head. No. So I believe that is it with the Brinity of it all. Next, we got to talk Carniya, a.k.a. Anaya and Carl, you guys. For the Carniya fans, all of this is for you. So as you guys know, we have been talking that Carl and Anaya initially were leaving like cute little comments and flirty comments on each other's Instagram page and in the tickety talk and all this and all that. My prince, my princess, I'm trying to control myself. all of this, all of that. Carl initially came out, was liking, reposting anything that was associated with Carniya, right? And for all intents and purposes, Carl's back home in Denver. Anaya is back home in Atlanta, right? I believe what is happening now, because apparently Carl told a fan something that we're going to get to in a moment. Anaya's been active. We talked about her posting, getting her hair did, you know what I'm saying, doing a post that I believe has almost 2 million likes. And also did a post on the Tickety Talk. One, I believe it has almost 16 million views, I want to say. And then she did another cute little post about her looking at Carniya edits and saying, oh, that's so cute, or whatever. And I believe that has like 6 million views. And fans are living in her Tickety Talk repost, because she basically said in the comments that she is reposting anything and everything that is Carniya, as well as the core 4, and basically said she doesn't have a favorite. She loves them all. She also liked to comment that was calling her fans Anaya Angels. I still like the Annihilators, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let y'all have it. I'm going to let y'all have, you know what I'm saying, Anaya's Angels, right? If you so please, right? I think right now Anaya's putting together a team. I truly think hopefully soon we should know, hopefully before the reunion, whether she's going to be signing with CAA, UTA, or I don't know if she would sign with WME as well or not. I'm a little unsure on that, but more to come on that. We will find out soon. But I believe ultimately her mom and her daddy are reviewing all of the offers that are on the table for Anaya from all of these companies, and I believe negotiations are happening, and we should get an announcement soon. Right? Because I believe she is following all of the top 3 agencies. So we should hear something soon on who she goes with. I know people are predicting Gersh, because I know Ariana Madix is with Gersh, as well as Janae, as well as Amaya, as well as Shelly. So we will see, right? We will ultimately see what happens. But I feel like that is the next big name, followed by the rest of the core 4 with Kata and Melanie, to find out who their team is signing to, right? So what has happened is there have been multiple fans who have spotted, you know, Anaya, and also have spotted Carl in Denver, right? And Anaya had liked to post about her and Carl reuniting in Nantucket. And then she also liked to post that somebody was offering their home in South Africa for her to vacation with Carl in. All these people want to give up their homes for Carl and Anaya to stay at. You know what I'm saying? But according to a fan, and again, this is all alleged. This is all alleged tea. I saw this on Reddit. So make of it with what you will. However, somebody did post a receipt that they did meet Carl. So they said that a girl on the Tickety Talk, she had met Carl, and allegedly Carl had said that him and Anaya are keeping their relationship more low-key. Now, some people are freaking out about this and are crashing out over this, but if y'all have been paying attention, everything has appeared low-key since leaving the villa. They're not posting any couples content or, you know, doing all this stuff. Like, I don't know what you guys were expecting. See, y'all got spoiled by season 7 and thinking that all the finalists was going to get together in Airbnb and go live every day and do interviews in between. But all of that has changed because Huda and Ace messed it up. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there is bigger plans for these Islanders now that the show is bigger, right? Now that the show is bigger, they want to control what interviews people are doing, like how Brinity has an exclusive interview coming out with People magazine. I think it is going to be the same approach for Carl and Anaya whenever, if ever, they decide to do the press run. Otherwise, we will see them at the reunion August 31st. But I think it is a healthy approach. Let's talk about, y'all keep forgetting. Anaya came out to a massive amount of hate. She's had hate since the cast photo has dropped, right? People have called her all types of names. They've called her a catfish. People have been racist towards her, posting ape emojis, gorilla emojis, monkey emojis. People are alleging that she's in love with Sincere. People are still trying to tie her and KC together, and all of this and all of that. The hate has been out of control. Y'all call her insecure. Y'all call her pick me. Y'all call her a colorist. Y'all call her all of these things. And then with Carl, ever since Carl has been more active on social media, although he's noticeably been quiet lately, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are saying, oh, Anaya doesn't deserve Carl. Carl is a second choice. You know what I'm saying? Anaya still really wanted Casey when it was all said and done. And look at these thirst traps that for Carl, I should be with Carl, not Anaya. A lot of y'all were doing too much. A lot of y'all were doing too much, and y'all should have laid low. I don't know how old some of y'all are, but if y'all just had laid low, Anaya and Carl might have given y'all a little bit more crumbs than liking and commenting on each other's posts, but some of y'all were freaked out. Some of y'all are doing too much. So now that you are aware that Carl said that they're going to be more low-key, now y'all are reheating old nachos from the show and showing Carl how he allegedly was plotting on Anaya from the beginning. It's showing all those clips from Casa Amor, and y'all are reanalyzing the say less conversation / kisses that are cracking me up. That has millions of views on the Twitters and all the things. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to keep in mind these Islanders are not Sims characters. And in particularly, this group of Islanders compared to last season, they are not influencers. So they're not immediately, oh my gosh, I've got to post every day. I've got to do something every day. I've got to go live. I got to charge y'all for subscriptions. I got to set up a Cameo and do video messages with y'all. These Islanders to me do not seem money hungry. And do not seem desperate for the spotlight, do not seem like they're trying to be seen like that. They seem like they want to build their own type of team, and they want to move behind the scenes. They want to move in silence. So what comes with that is that you're going to have limited access. Now, Peacock is to blame for some of this as well with how they are approaching the press run, because at the bare minimum, we should have got initial post-show interviews with Entertainment Tonight and Access Hollywood and everything else when the Core 4 got out of that villa. No excuses for that, right? Or even did something with After Sun to give us something. And the fact that Peacock couldn't even do that and just said, hey, we're just going to shut everything down. We're just going to tell everybody no. But you're letting all of these other Islanders that are not the finalists do interviews. And part of it is you want to save some drama for the reunion, but I feel like it's going to be too cookie cutter at this point. It's going to be the Casa people and the Bombshells trying to have a moment against the Core 4, and it's not going to work because it's going to make zero sense. So ultimately, I feel as though if, Carl and Anaya are serious, and I feel like also too, they had the least amount of time together. They had the least amount of time as a couple. I feel like it's a healthy approach as Anaya and Carl are figuring out their newfound fame. And Carl is slated to start PT school. However, there could be a potential that he may delay. He might defer going to PT school for maybe, 6 months or a year possibly if he wants to take advantage of his newfound fame and do some brand deals, do some, promotions and all this and all that, because we saw that Disney wants Carniya. We saw that North Face wants Carniya. Liquid IV wants Carniya. The brands are calling. The brands are calling. Chipotle wants Carniya. Hershey's, you know what I'm saying? They're all right there. Like, listen, we got a check for y'all. We got a check for y'all. Please sign on the dotted line. But I think in Anaya's case, she's waiting to secure that management first, waiting to secure that talent agency and the PR team and all of the things to make sure she has all of the right people. So that way, when she is reintroduced to us with the brand deals and the opportunities and everything else, it's going to be nothing but motion. It's going to be all gas, no brakes. But I don't mind Carl saying that he wants to keep it low key because he wants to protect what him and Anaya have. If it's real, if it's legit, you know what I'm saying? He wants to protect that. And I believe Anaya wants to protect it. You know what I'm saying? But I need y'all to pipe down. I need y'all to pipe down and just be cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't be uncool in this drought. It'll be fine. It will be fine. If they want it to work out, it will work out, and so on and so forth. There is a lot of love. There's a lot of opportunity out there for Carniya. They are back at home with their support system. And hey, for all intents and purposes, if they do meet up, we may or may not ever know about it. So that's the thing too. But a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are making sure that y'all are in Denver and Atlanta and y'all are scouting the premises to see if y'all run into them. And I find that absolutely hilarious. But that is it, you guys, for this video. Oh my gosh, I talked to y'all for 30 minutes. I told y'all I was going to be quick. But that is all Season 8 tea for today. So please let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do me the biggest favor, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. There's that. That is it. That is all. It's todos es final. It's todos es final. It's finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.